Hello. Yeah. How are you? You know, uh, I've been doing these little vignette thing tapes, right? Videos, and I've always been intrigued about what people are thinking. You see, the funny thing is I'm going to direct this particular video at Facebook, and the people that I have on my Facebook page and that I share a Facebook reality with. And here's what my goal is I want to establish the fact that there are some things that I am not. One, I am not anti-Semite. Okay, I am not. I am anti-Zionist. In other words, I have nothing against the Hebrew people. What I have against is their government, which is apartheid. And when the apartheid government was around in South Africa, I felt the same way about it as I do the Zionist government, which is now being run, to me, as a police state, and also in mass, bigotry towards the people that were there before the Zionists were there. Now, I'm trying to leave out religion, because I consider the Zionists more of a political group, just like apartheid was. But they're also relying on the fact of they're trying to pull their religion into it and use it as saying, well, God gave us the promised land. Well, they lost it once to the Babylonians, and it was given, they were set free 200 years later after they'd been slaves. And then the Romans came and took it. And actually, it wasn't even theirs because they actually owned parts of Bethlehem and things like that. Okay, so let's get away from that, because here's the deal. What I want to talk about is, number one, I'm not anti-Semite. I never was. I'm not anti-Muslim. I'm not anti-Christian. I'm not anti-American. I'm not anti-European. Actually, I'm not really anti-anybody. Okay, I live as a minority in a country called Thailand. So I know what minorities go through in my country because I go through it here also. Sometimes in my country people say, learn the goddamn language. Learn how to speak English, goddammit. You frickin' assholes, learn English. Well, you know something? I'm in Thailand and I'm 60-something years old and I have trouble speaking Thai. And I have people here in Thailand that say to me, how long you been here? Well, over 10 years. And you don't speak Thai. And they do the same thing to me. How come you don't speak Thai? I say, well, I have trouble remembering all the words because I don't use them all the time. And my wife speaks English because when we got together, I asked her, you'll teach me Thai? She says, no, you teach me English. So we converse in English language. I have a 14-year-old Thai granddaughter who I was there on her conception. I was not there on her conception, but I was there at her birth. And, from the point, this girl is now taller than I am, and she's about 13, 14 years old. And I've been telling her for years, well, keep learning your English. Well, just a few months ago, I said to her, how's your English going? A few days ago. I said, but you need to learn it. And, she really wasn't interested anymore in learning English. The reason why is she's a Thai. She lives in Thailand. Their whole internet system is based in Thailand. They're a country that doesn't really reach out to foreigners except for the tourists when they come here. And the ones you find that speak English and other languages are in all the tourist locations and places like embassies and things like that. So let's get that one out of the way. That is their culture, the way they put it together. I am a guest here. I am not a Thai citizen. I'm on a marriage visa. My wife is the citizen. So I keep my nose out of their politics. I have nothing to say either way about what goes on here. I just go by the rules. It's like a man told me a long time ago, if you're a guest in somebody's house and he lets you be the guest, I have one suggestion. Before you go taking anything out of his refrigerator, ask permission first. Don't just assume that you have all the rights. ask permission and always be polite. You know, I've gotten in situations to where if the guy was a jerk, the policeman or whatever, I could have been in trouble. But because I was a nice guy and said, "Oh, I'm sorry. So what do you got? I'm sorry. I didn't know." And you know something? There are wonderful people here for that. These people have respect. It's another thing I want to bring up. Respect. And how come in Facebook, 90% of you people are too busy bickering and insulting each other, calling each other assholes, jerks, dipshits, and cutting each other off, and having text arguments over some of the most ridiculous, the guys call it nitnoy, which means nitty little goddamn problems about politics that you have no control over yourself. Now think about it. Grow up. Realize that this is just strictly a bulletin board form of communication. You and I can't stop any of the riots in Boston. I can't stop people from killing each other in Somalia. I can't stop people from hijacking boats and being pirates. I can't stop people from bombing aircraft and blowing up villages in Afghanistan and Pakistan with drones. I can't do any of that shit. I can't even affect an election or anybody getting hired to work at Kmart, Stop and Shop, Walmart. No, I got no say in any of that. I'm a user. I'm not a controller. I'm not a boss. I have had to learn within the system of the fact that I live and I'm a consumer until the day that I die. And when I'm dead, they're going to charge somebody to burn my body. They're going to charge whoever survives me, there's going to be a charge. They won't even do that for free. Okay, but in Facebook, why don't you have a little bit of manners and try to be a little more polite to each other? Believe me, I try. Now, I put a lot of crap up there, and I'm going to mention this to people. Look me in the eye. I put it up there because, number one, I'm bored shitless, and I want to see what other people are thinking. And I really want an honest opinion. Not the bickering and the arguing saying, "Oh, those goddamn dipshit Muslims." That doesn't answer anything. And then I got Muslims on the same page that are saying, "Fucking Christians," or whatever you are, you crusaders. You know, I carry people on my Facebook page that's a large swatch of the world that I want to have a large group. I don't channel into one group of rednecks, one group of whoopie-doers out of Canada. I don't take people out of one area in Los Angeles. I try to have a large view of the world. Okay? I got into the idea of the fact that, you know something, I can't say this shit and this stuff, this information, and I can't do it on a keyboard by doing this. It's fucking crazy. Not when I have a communication source, when I Skype. But oh no, nobody wants to go on Skype. I don't want to talk on Skype. And every now and then you might get somebody on Messenger and Facebook that might talk to you. Unfortunately, I do have a bit of a motor mouth because I'm alone a lot of the times and I want somebody to talk to because everybody I talk to is talking Thai. TV sucks, by the way. Well, I don't like it, but that's all right, you know. When you're in a flood for 3 months, even TV looks good when it's even 1950s retro. It's okay. Okay, but here's the deal. Look, I would like to be in Facebook with the people that are with me and be a friend. Now, I mean, I'm not going to take you out to dinner. We're not going to go steady. We're not going to be lovers. And by the way, I'm going to make every goddamn joke I can find about anything. Nothing is sacred. Read my... Well, no, I'm not going to say it because the president did that. That sucked. He ruined that one. Here's the deal. Take my word for it. In my book, it's nothing sacred. I don't care if some guy dresses up like a girl, if there's a joke that comes out with it. I'm not going to worry about getting politically correct. If you don't like it, just ignore it. Now, if you want to say I didn't like it, contact me with a message. Have the crystal gonads or the ovaries and send me a personal message and I will probably remove it for you. But, you know, if you want to try to get insulting and say, ooh, it's anti-Semitic, okay, back it up. Okay, you don't know me and I don't know you, and I will not judge you, but I will judge and I will accept your complaints, your disagreements with me with respect. And I will not insult you in the process. I go out of my way not to be insulting to people. I expect mutual respect back. If you want a story you want to tell, tell it. I want to hear it. But don't come back at me acting like, oh, the whiny little pussyfied, you know, I want to be, gotta be, number one, gotta have entitled individual. It doesn't work in my book. I'm too old for that. I had to work for everything that I've had in my life. And I'll be damned if I'm going to let anybody just come up and think that I owe them their life when they're not even old enough to, they don't want to go work for it. I didn't get a choice. Many people in my age bracket didn't. Also, we were all raised in the Cold War when I was born. We put up with everybody from, you know, communists all over the world to wars that never quit, and then Vietnam, the Gulf, and still now we're in Afghanistan and all these other places. So that's another thing. War is a subject. I believe that we should be in tune with what our military is doing and our government is doing about things concerning that. It affects our country and our people, our children and our grandchildren. Just like runaway nuclear power plants in Japan are doing devastating damage, but everybody swept it under the carpet. But it happened almost 7 years ago now. Just a matter of point. Okay, now, I have not been rambling, I've not been ranting, and I have not been raving, I hope. But what I'm trying to do is get a point across. If you're going to talk to me and be with me in Facebook, do me a favor and be real. Just be real. Be yourself. And if you got a bitch or a moan, if you do us both a favor and put it as a message. Call me in Skype. Tell me to my face. I'll take it. Honest. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not wanted anymore for any murders or anything. I was acquitted. Never proved. Okay. So, this may be a little bit off the beaten track of what I usually do. Usually I'm trying to be the guy rocks in other realities. How about the guy rocks and this is one reality that I'm not going to avoid. I'm putting it out there on the table. And if you don't like me, turn me off, defriend me, because I don't want to hurt your feelings or insult you. I will not do that intentionally. But if you can't take the heat in my kitchen, for goddamn sake, order something that doesn't take a lot of heat to cook, or just let me know and I'll try to tone down and change the menu a little bit. And I'm getting tired of everybody putting up everything to do with war and guns and everything like that. Don't you people have imaginations beyond guns and gun control, riots, and people killing each other all over the country and all over the world? My country? All I see on my page is, nothing but death and destruction. 90% of it. How many people come and say, hey, here's a cool menu. Here's something to eat. How about how about a little variety, okay? Get your heads out of your damn boxes. Were your bosses up your asses or what? I ask myself the same question every day. So please, bear with me. Either tell me to go to hell or say, hey, I'm with you. If you're with me, I'm in the boat. Grab another oar and we'll pull together and we'll get across the big stream. Just pray it ain't the sticks, because on the other side where the sticks is Hades. And I don't plan to go there. I plan to go to the beach. Okay. Thank you very much for your time. God knows, I don't know how long I've been talking. Probably 90% of you said, fuck Carl, and get the hell out of here. I wouldn't be surprised and I wouldn't be insulted. But if you're still here, thanks. And listen, all my best wishes for you. This is a new year. Let's do something good with it. Let's not be bullshitters. Do not bullshit. Thanks.